Stories are otherworldly, transient, but sometimes more tangible. My name is Osademebi, and every week I will tell you a short story written by a Nigerian writer or author. That's the long and short of it. So without much ado, this week's story is by Jessica Austin, and it's titled Just Another Day. I saw Uwam today. I should have been worried, surprised at the very least. But I felt none of those. Somehow, I just knew that I'd see him. It was our spot after all. I walked slowly, hoping to jump him from behind, to surprise him. But he turned before I even made it halfway. And I just froze. It's been so long since I looked into his eyes. Far too long since he looked at me. I knew to expect the smile that came. It was quick and naughty. Even after all this time, it still made me feel shy. He stretched his hand towards me and I went to him. He still smelled the same. I kept a bottle of his favorite perfume in my bag and felt a surge of frustration when I remembered I didn't bring the bag with me. Today of all days. I tried not to dwell on it too much. He was here, and that was all that mattered. I wanted to ask many questions. How are you? Where have you been? Do you remember when? But I didn't want to break the spell of the moment. Sometimes words are too basic, and they do more harm than good. Besides, when you loved, like Uwam and I loved, words were barely needed. Our hearts always had a way of speaking to each other. Even with that, I just had to say something. I miss you, I finally said. He squeezed my hand. I miss you too. We walked for hours, hand in hand, just grateful to be with each other again. When I got home, I felt the loneliness press into my very soul. I thought I enjoyed being alone, and truly I did. But Uwam was a part of me, so he didn't count as another person. In the dark, I slid to the floor, drowning in despair. And that was when it hit me. The force of it was like a train. And for a minute, I couldn't breathe. I saw Uwam today. I should have been worried, surprised at the very least. But I felt none of those. I should have felt something though, because Uwam was dead. Jessica Austin is a writer who resides in Umuahia, Abia State. She is a ghostwriter. You can read more of her work on Medium at Jessica Austin and connect with her on Instagram at Jessie Austin or at Jessica Austin on X, formerly Twitter. Details and links will be in the episode description. If you've got a story you would like to be featured on this podcast, or a published book you want to make into an audiobook, send an email to info@osademebi.com or send me a message at Osademebi on either Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, or X, formerly Twitter. I look forward to collaborating with you. And if you've enjoyed this week's episode, please subscribe, leave a review, and tell someone, everyone, that stories are a good escape for a few minutes each week.